can't make yourself famous.
Struggle to find myself there. Oh, I heard yourself. I gotta tell you something. You are not gonna be in this next movie.
How do you know that?
If you could tell me what you're doing in this movie, and it come to fruition, I'll give you $1,000.
I can't talk about it right now because that'll be violating like various NDAs and.
Oh, I didn't know Tony Khan was the producer.
Well, if we being honest, Marvel Studios was like the first like AEW like NDA. You know, you can't say nothing.
Nah, I just feel like this, man. I'm sorry, but if you rich, like I said, man, McDonald's, you ain't finna know my McDonald's order. I'm finna put an NDA on that, bro. Like you ain't finna tell nobody my business.
Well, I think I already disclosed that on here, so I mean.
But that's the thing. If somebody asks you, you gotta talk about it. Like you gotta, like Tony Khan be like, "Hey man, here goes what we're doing. I'm gonna shove it in your face." Hey Tony, why'd you do that? Oh, that's a good question. I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's just like that's a good question. I just don't want to talk about it. But we'll talk about Tony Khan a little bit because, of course, he's Tony Khan, so we got to talk about him. So we got to jump right into it, man. Hello all and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host Isaiah Jackson Jr. Devin Lee Crimes Jr. is here today. I think
Devin Lee Crimes Jr. Poole. No relation.
Junior Poole. How much that mask cost, Devin?
I paid a little. It wasn't that bad. Got it it was on sale actually.
You didn't answer the question.
Because I honestly forgot.
No, honestly, look, I'm not gonna. I promise you, I'm not gonna. Because honestly, look, that belt is $250. That U.S. title belt is $250. A lot of people might look at me crazy for that.
Hey,
well,
look.
They would have looked at me crazy if I would have spent the $600 for it.
The bottom line is we could be buying worse things.
We could be buying worse things. So, you know what? Devin could be strung out on drugs. Instead, he's sitting here just trying to walk up his wall at home and stuff. You ever been like a little kid? You ever been in one of those like houses? Like my grandparents' hallways, their walls were like so close, so you like try to like climb up it. That was you when you were little, weren't you? I know that was you.
There's a story about that. Yeah,
I'm telling you. You got a pool growing, ain't it? It was one of them.
Well, that didn't happen, but
that didn't happen. I can just see you sitting there, but it's kind of like the. Oh man, it's like Tobey Maguire when he's trying to stop that train. You just sitting there, but you stuck. Ah, mama, you over here trying to like, I need help. Like how he's saying at the Royal Rumble, I need help. You funny, man. You are hilarious. We got Justin. He says, "What's good, fellas?"
The boss.
He's fully expecting a lot of fourth wall breaking since Deadpool is here. Justin. Every time Devin do stuff like this, you cannot join along with this. You can't support this. You can't. This is encouragement, and that's the last thing we need for Devin Lee Crimes, right? Right. I feel like we can all come to that agreement, right? We need Isaiah here. We need Isaiah. That's what we're missing here.
I will say, my favorite quote from that episode was when he asked you, "Did you, when David versus Goliath happened, did you not want David to win?" That is a good.
Oh, yo, I gotta give it up to Isaiah. Isaiah teed us up last live. A couple lives actually. Hello. He teed us up the last couple lives, and I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'm here.
I was gonna continue going, bro. I was gonna continue going, but I just hear. This man is the worst superhero, man.
That's what we supposed to cut it because I thought I was muted. You know, mistakes happen
He
though.
thought he was muted. No, that is the funniest thing ever. You are the worst superhero ever. I'm sorry. You are the worst superhero.
Yeah, no, it was me.
Bro, I'm not Superman. I just gotta go in this phone booth real fast. You got this phone booth, bro. You are funny, bro. That's insane. And then you did that in the middle while I don't even know what I was talking about now. You was just sitting.
We were talking about our previous encounter here.
But just think about it. You're in the middle of a conversation. You just instantly go away. I'm like, what is happening?
It was more of a struggle than I thought it was gonna be. Put it that way.
And it's crazy, bro. Now, if you would have came on here, I don't know what happened. I don't know what you're talking about. I would have lost my mind. I would have called you R-Truth, bro. I would have called you R-Truth. You would have been R-Truth for the day. We need a segment like that. Like, you know how, like, but we're not gonna copy them, obviously. It's not gonna be nothing like that. But you know how, like, Charlemagne has, like, Donkey of the Day? We need, like, an R-Truth of the day. Like just somebody who's just completely lost their mind.
That is true. That would work.
But no, we ain't gonna do that because that's a little bit of copying. It's a little bit of
I
copying.
mean, little remix.
Plagiarism. Yeah, it's a remix. We could definitely make it work, but man, we just had to. I'm sorry, you killed me. I was trying to keep a straight face, but oh man, I want to get into something. And I can't forget how many weddings and marriages and divorces y'all have seen me on your screen. Thank you for being part of it all. I love y'all. That's CJ Perry. I'm sorry, I just had to read that. But there was actually Tony Khan. I was actually watching the draft, and because with our TV station, we held a draft watch party. So we were pretty much on air for like 4 hours just talking about all these guys that got drafted. Man, when we seen Tony Khan pop up on the screen, he wore the neck brace. I was lit. A lot of people didn't understand why I was happy, but I was like, yo, that's dope. But I was like, man, you gotta play the role. So I love Tony Khan for that. And then he screwed it all up. And then he completely screwed it all up, man. I gotta find this clip. I gotta find this clip. Here it goes. And I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching knows what we're talking about. You got Justin coming in here. Well, he says, I can't help it that Deadpool's filling in for Devin. And then he even heard the rumbling. He heard you switching back from Deadpool to, or what do you call? Devin Crimes Jr. Pool?
Devin Lee Crimes Jr. Pool.
Yeah.
We're working on a shorter name.
Working on it. Yes. And then he says, oh, look, Devin's back. I'm telling you, Justin, you cannot engage with it. You cannot encourage this. We have to boom, squash it. We have to address it, squash it. That's what we got to do.
See, man, I'm gonna be like the Daniel Bryan Yes movement. You can't stop this.
Be like the Daniel Bryan Yes movement. That is now I'm offended. Now I'm just offended. We got to treat this like the. I can't believe he called it. You could have went Sami Zayn with the bloodline. Like
I've been called Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer, and I'm still here. So I think you should be okay. Cause that's almost like just spitting on me, man. Like
that's almost like spitting on me. Hey, real quick, man. Hold on. I still got this. This is still true. Every time Devin texts me, hold on. I'm sorry, Tony Khan. We gotta back you up for a minute. Devin name right here, Dev Meltzer. And the reason why I did that, matter of fact, let's have this conversation here. And here goes Justin encouraging this. Ryan Reynolds, eat your heart out. You got some stiff competition.
See?
That's funny.
I'm telling you.
That's funny. No, we got to talk about this because we got to put Devin on the stand. And Justin, you're here. Justin, you got to be the judge. Now, I can admit here that there's sometimes we can have a little WWE bias. Sometimes there's a WWE bias, but there's one person that I feel just has an insane hatred to AEW, and I just didn't understand why. So, before we found out, or I don't know if Devin knew this already. I didn't. Well, I seen the match, but I just totally forgot. Obviously, the Ilya Dragunov Trick Williams finish to their match, amazing match. Obviously, if you've seen AEW Dynasty, you've seen Will Ospreay taking on Bryan Danielson. I was like, oh, okay, that's there's some similarities there. And so I asked Devin, hey, how do you feel about there being some similarities? This is before I saw the clip of the callback to Ilya and Trick's last match. But Devin goes, well, I don't have a problem with it because it was a championship match. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that your words?
This is correct.
So I said, that doesn't make any sense. And then I called you Dev Meltzer. I said, because you have a WWE bias and it's over AEW, and we got to put you on the stand right here. Why do you hate AEW, Devin?
Well, first and foremost, it's false because I do not hate AEW. Sometimes I dislike them, what they do, the decisions that they make.
Why do you dislike them with a burning passion in your heart?
Because my thing is with them, it's just like they can't take criticism. It's like if you say something's wrong, it's like, oh, you just don't care about wrestling. You just want to monopolize it, and however that word goes. And you don't care about wrestling. And it's not that deep because I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's wrestling. And I would never complain about having too much wrestling that's out there for the world to consume. When I was a young little boy, I'll get done watching SmackDown or Raw, and I saw TNA on. Yeah, I tuned into it. I don't know about you, so I mean, you missed out on some
huge WWE bias against TNA. Never will watch it. Never, ever, never.
See, there you go.
AEW, different story.
Why?
Because TNA sucks.
Well, I mean,
but
majority of the time they do.
But I told you there was a story behind that, though. Remember when I was talking about my upbringing? And there was a point in time where we would always come to Granny's house, Gam house, and chill out, watch wrestling. But if TNA was on, she'd be like, "No, we don't watch TNA here. Like that's not us." So I just grew up thinking TNA was the devil. So if you went over to TNA, Hulk Hogan, Bully Ray, like guys like that.
Well, see, that's where, like I said, majority of it sucked. But there was a little bit of pinch of time where it was worth a watch. It was a good time killer. Yeah.
I watch clips. I do watch clips, like short clips of TNA, like TNA moments, because I don't want to go back and watch the storyline. Honestly, like if I'm being honest with you.
But besides the point, this is look. I don't hate AEW. I promise you, I don't. I watch it every Wednesday. Now I don't watch it Friday.
That is the thing. That's
because I got receipts. I be going through it, watching some of this stuff that they put on. I'm like, man, you watching this? Oh, I'm walking my fish right now. I can't watch that right now. I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay. So I mean, it's kind of funny that I'm accused of hating something that I watch every week. I don't hate watch. I expect to see a good show every time I watch it. That's up to them.
Man, but no, be honest. You watching it for Mercedes? You watching it for Mercedes Moné, man? You just want to see her dance. That's what it is.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna stand on the stand and say that I'm not a fan of anything that's going on with her.
Don't say it ain't so.
It's just this. I mean, it's the same thing over and over. It's like I ain't gonna say the rest.
But missionary.
But no, I mean no, I can't. I know she'll have her match at Double or Nothing at some point, but everything else has been the same copy paste type of promo. And no, after that segment on Dynamite when she got beat up in the dark, yeah, I know. Somebody should have said, what?
Wasn't it?
Not to play out loud.
Not to play out loud. Oh, so you put it on. You lower the volume because you.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I didn't want nobody to come in and think something else was going on. I'm like,
yeah, no, I feel you.
This guy, man. You know what? See, this is my maturity, man. I won't even let this phase me. But with the Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov match, the reason why I replied to you first and foremost with it's a championship match, meaning that if they want to throw all types of crap to the wall in a match such as that, after they've already had a burn down match at Vengeance Day, I'm fine with it. And honestly, at that moment, I forgot about the callback to Vengeance Day. And I didn't think about Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson's match when I seen it because I'm watching that match. I ain't maybe sound like Dave Meltzer, but yeah, my
No,
bias was only reason why I would defend my bias was because it was a championship match. I'm sorry. As great as that match was with Will and Brian, you know what, Will Ospreay, I don't know him like that, and Bryan Danielson. I mean, it was just a regular, it was a dream match. It wasn't no stakes really. If somebody lost, they lose their championship contentions, or it was just a match, plain and simple. Whereas Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov, this is for the NXT Championship. Some layers going on here. He had to get past his homeboy, Carmelo Hayes, just to get to this point. And I just thought everything was put together well right there. Like I said, championship match versus just a random, if we're going to be honest with you, just a random match, right? Am I wrong?
Well, which match was better to you? I can tell you mine, but...
I tell you mine. Because I'm not biased. But, since I'm being accused of being biased, I prefer Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov. Just given the fact that you could look, this is where it's a great little comparison where you just have a great match, right? And you have a match, but it also has a good storyline going along with it. Because you feel more attached to it. You got to see the ups and downs of this person getting to it. That's like if we were going to sit up here and want to just look at Roman and Cody, that they just had a random match, and we're like, man, this is a dream match. Everybody come look at this. Why? What's the big deal? Like, literally. But, like, I ain't trying to say that the match that Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay had was terrible or just mediocre. It was good, but it just, to me, I couldn't get that emotional connection to it. I couldn't, it's just that it amplifies it, man. When the bell ring, when you've been, waiting to see these guys get at each other, when that bell ring, you're like, all right, that's it. All that talking gone. But with Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay, I didn't really feel that when the bell rang. It was just like, okay, this is going to be a great match. They're great, tacticians. They're great in the ring. But, I mean, it's not like Bryan Danielson kicked Will Ospreay's dog or something, and I don't want to see him get his get back. That's a lame build-up, but, hey, it's more than what we got.
You remember when...
It was just, I'm the best, and you're the best, and I'm sorry.
No, but that's the thing. Do you remember when there was a point in time in WWE where if you had a debuting star, you had to get through Baron Corbin, you had to fight The Miz, you had to fight, it's just random guys, Dolph Ziggler. It's guys that as soon as somebody debuted, those were the go-to guys that had to pretty much put them over. So I feel like when you get guys that are technicians, guys that are said to be the best in the world, wrestler of the year, caliber guys, and they come into AEW, it's like, all right, you got to face Bryan Danielson now. Because when Bryan Danielson came in, he's like, all right, who owned it? Kenny Omega? Okay, cool, who owned it? Like, Hangman Page, you want this? You want it too? Like, it's like, I'm here to kick heads off. So that's how I'm just, every time I see Bryan Danielson go up against somebody, I feel like, honestly, to me, in terms of just AEW, honestly, knowing how they do storylines already, and hearing Tony Storm saying that they're pretty much not going to do it anymore, that makes me already know what I'm going into. I got a couple of texts that I have to get through. We have Justin. He says, Uncle Dave ain't got nothing on Dev. Look, man, Uncle Dave, if we being honest, man, he need to get his jaw wired shut, bro. Just for all the nasty stuff he be doing with AEW, bro. Like, that
he said he need his internet cut off. Like, dang, just straight up to physical, just ailments. Like, man, you can't just, call his internet provider and kind of like slow that stuff down.
Nah, this man. He reminds me of that TikToker. You remember he was like the Glizzy Machine 2000. He had the Glizzy suit. You seen that?
I think I remember.
He's like, Maximum Glizzy overload, and he just starts like, bro, I'm telling you, that's Dave Meltzer, man. What's his name? Justin also says, it's the same old, you don't like what I like, so you're wrong mentality. That's facts. He says, count me in on the same boat as Devin on that Mercedes stuff, and we're going to get to her in a little bit. And he says having her constantly accuse Willow like she's intentionally injuring her is not is not just it. Wait, it's just not it. There it goes. I have to say that properly. And he goes on to say, loved the Ospreay and Danielson match. Two wrestlers considered the best in the world today, going out there to prove who's truly the best. See, look, see, look at this. And he said sometimes you don't need a more simple story than. But that's the thing. But I can only see that with Bryan Danielson though. Like, can you only see that with Bryan Danielson? Which why the match kind of it puts you over the hump. It puts it over the hump type of deal. Now, is it 6.5 stars worthy? Okay, bro, you need to relax yourself a little bit, but. No, and maybe somebody would give it that. Honestly, I wouldn't break my scale because of some match. Because I want to. It's the Glizzy trial, man. We could just call Dave Meltzer just the Glizzy machine, bro.
It's
old man Glizzy.
It's not even that. It's just the defensiveness he has about it, where it's just like, well, you already knew that the NBA playoffs were going on, so why would you even think that they were going to get a million? Like, what is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Do you read? You know, it's like, bro, I thought you were just supposed to report the numbers in the news. Right, exactly. Get on your fifis about what somebody might say.
Because if somebody,
I don't do that.
If the Super Bowl was around the same time as WrestleMania, granted, yeah, that's a steep competition. I'm still 100% positive they'll sell out because there's wrestling fans, diehard wrestling fans. There's diehard NFL fans. Then on top of that, I mean, WrestleMania is cheaper. Honestly, if we're being honest, WrestleMania is cheaper. But Super Bowl is it's a bigger event, if we're being honest. So it's just like, so I really don't necessarily, I feel like if you have a good show, you have a good show. You're gonna attach to your wrestling fans. You know, me and you, we watch Raw on our computers when we want to play video games. You know, when we want it on the side of us. You know, we're gonna find a way to watch both. Hell, I put it on the split screen. So it's like stuff like that. So it's just, I really don't necessarily. Well, when you think about it, when you actually look at the synopsis of what's going on here, like, bro, like, relax yourself. And then you want to reply to people, bro. You've been in this business for 50 years. You shouldn't be talking to a dude with a Roman Reigns profile picture. You know, trying to defend a company that, you know, like that's idiotic to me.
Not even trying to talk about me.
He talking to some he literally talking to some 12-year-old. Let's call it. Oh, well, since you want to call me a hater, let me just give you the statistics of the AEW shows from 1995. So, like, bro, like, it's not that 1995, but it's like, bro, like, it's not that deep. Like, bro, it's not that deep at all. So it's like, speaking of things not being that deep. Oh, well, did you have anything else to say? I didn't mean to move forward.
Look, I will say, and quote me on this, write it down on a stone or anything, tattoo it on your elbow. I do not hate AEW. I don't. You can't even say that because did you buy AEW Fight Forever? Huh? Did you?
I knew it was gonna be ass. I knew it was gonna be ass, so I ain't buy it.
Well, look, if I hate AEW that much, I would have never bought it in the first place. So there's a strike on that.
Bro, come on now. I play this game called Man on the Street. All you do is just walk down the street and you say hi to different people. I love it. You be playing games that is so obscure, nonsensical.
I'm a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
Look. For some years ago, I would have been scared to say it because somebody, you nerd, you dweeb. Nah, I don't care because I mean it is what it is. It's my entertainment. If I want to sit up here and play Halo and make people that I don't know mad, fine. If I want to play Forza, if I want to play Tomb Raider, Horizon, if I want to play Cyberpunk after multiple patches, let me do that. The Witcher,
but you want to get my dub bag. You know what's the crazy part about you? You know what's the crazy part about Devin Lee Crimes? Devin Lee Crimes has my location, but yet every time I leave the house, that's when I get an invite or a message on Xbox. You know, you see how he be ducking me?
Because think about it. When I commonly am on the game, I'm like, let me see what my boy Isaiah is doing real quick. See if he wants to smoke again. And I see Izzy, whatever your name is online playing MLB forever. I'm thinking, he's just chilling in the crib. You know, he probably got his feet up, got some donuts. Let me send him an invite. I sit there, the Jeopardy thing start playing. You know, it's getting a little late. So I'm like, hey, man, you want to hop on 2K? I'm at the store right now. Like, what kind of sick individual will leave their game on in a game and go to the store? For one, you don't care about the environment. You don't care about the future generations needing energy. You know, I mean, it's just really, you see it. All these negatives is on your side of the pizza, not mine.
Didn't you used to do that when you were little? Leave the game on and leave the house?
back when I was little, when I didn't have a memory card, now we have hard drives and solid state drives installed into the game. There is no excuse why you can't turn your game off in this day of age when you leave out the house.
It turns off by itself. When I come back, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna turn off.
How hard is it to just press the button and leave?
Because if I come back in time, I can just pick up the controller and play instead of
you can still do that.
No, bro, that's a waste of time, man. I'd rather just walk in the house, pick up the controller, and get the playing. But and then if I don't make it in time, it's already off. It's sleep mode. You had to it's on for 7 hours. Like like this dude.
I will take a good word of advice from the boss. This is a instance of you don't like something that I like, so it is what it is. You like chocolate ice cream, I like vanilla, and it's still ice cream at the end of the day.
It's still ice cream at the end of the day. You know what? I'm gonna just yes. You know what? I ain't even gonna fight that one. I can't fight that one. Also, share tab audio, of course. Devin, can you see this right here?
Yes, I can.
So Tony Khan, of course, talking during the NFL draft kickoff. Of course, he's the chief football strategy officer and AEW owner and CEO. Of course, there are a lot of guys getting drafted right now. I believe this was in round 3 where Tony Khan is getting interviewed, and he had this to say about WWE and the AEW rivalry.
In many, many, many years, we are like the Pepsi of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And we're up against a really evil juggernaut. WWE is our competitor. That's who we're facing. AEW, like the Pepsi of pro wrestling. WWE's like the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. And I'm really proud of what we do down here.
All right. All right, Tony. We're gonna hold on real quick. What's the prognosis?
Chair is AEW. In many.
WWE is the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. You said that on national TV as the owner of a company. I mean, granted,
why you can just say Coca-Cola?
Right. He could, yes. How about this? You know how he could have really got the streak going? Like, bro, I feel like he could have got a whole lot of love for this. Yeah, we are the Pepsi, and they are like the Big K of wrestling. And he just went to like just random generic pops, bro. Like that people have to grab when they, for Thanksgiving when you got to get you in charge of drinks, you get the Big K. You get the dollar pop. Like, bro, like he could have did something like that. He went from Pepsi to Harvey Weinstein, and obviously a lot of people you already know the story behind Harvey Weinstein, the nasty individual, bro. Obviously, and he's talking about it because of Vince McMahon and everything that he's done, but he's long gone. Well, he's gone. He's not long gone, but he's gone. He's gone. He's selling all of his stakes. He's selling all of his shares. He's gonna be gone pretty soon. Was this smart for Tony Khan to do on a football show, on a draft show?
I would have stopped where he was all they're the evil juggernaut. Like, come on, man. It's business at the end of the day. Stop taking it so personally. Like, it's just you would do what they would do in their shoes. I mean, what you want to do? You want them to be nice and like not compete with you, but you want to compete with them? What do you want? And like, yeah, when he's made the comparison, cool, we're the Pepsi of wrestling. They're the Coca-Cola. Or, we're the Burger King, they're McDonald's. But to jump that far, why? Then they're like, all right, Tony, all right, shut up, all right, that's it. No.
Right, because they probably were like, what the hell? Like, where's this coming from?
Just, I don't know. It's just Tony Khan. I don't know if he needs somebody else to do this stuff. And like I said, I always still feel to this day, he may be a pretty cool guy, but I still think he should just be the pockets of the organization, and that's it.
The pockets of the organization is insane.
Because I mean, every time he puts himself in public, it's just it don't work out right. It's just he says we end up in situations like this where it could have easily been avoided had he just kept it simple and said they're Pepsi, we're Coca-Cola. It's at the end of the day, it's a soft drink, but we're different. We're different in a way. But it's the same destination. That's it. All this, they're the evil juggernaut. They hurt my feelings every day, and I'm not gonna sit here and take nobody want to hear that.
See, that's the thing though. It was a point in time where even Nick Khan had an interview talking about Tony Khan, And he went on to say, hey, he's a smart kid. He's a really good kid. And like at that moment, I'm like, damn. Like that. And to me, that's like, oh, okay, you calling this grown man a child that's running an organization. Oh, he's a good kid. Bro, I'm a grown man. Like if I'm Tony Khan, bro, what are you talking? Like, it's just like, so Tony Khan going on, like he could have just easily been like, you know what? They're a good company. They're super cool. I was blessed to be in a position where my father has a lot of riches. And I didn't have to sleep with nobody to get, it's just like if he could just like sprinkle a little bit of stuff.
Been slick about it.
Yeah, just be slick. He takes things and he just, I don't know what's the word. He blasted to 1,000. What's the word? I don't know. But he's awful, man. Like he takes one situation and multiplies it. I guess multiplies the issue.
Exaggerate.
1,000. Exaggerate. Jesus Christ. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he exaggerates. He just goes off the rails. Man, honestly, I don't mind him getting beat up against the Young Bucks. Like I don't mind him getting beat up. Well, by the I forgot what they call themselves.
What the EVP?
The EVPs. But it's one of those things to where, honestly, I don't know where this story is going. Like, I understand they're evil EVPs, but, like, Jack Perry has a job. Why did they beat up Tony Khan? Like, what was the point of that to begin with? I feel like there was no reason to do that. Then I feel like that was just for clicks and views and to show that the Bucks are really, really evil. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was unnecessary. But I don't mind Tony Khan getting into the action.
I'll be honest. Probably some months ago, I said I never want to see him. I never wanted to see him on the screen like being an authority figure because I'm like,
I think you did say that.
Yeah, I'm like, but he gonna get beat up. Look, man, look. Hold on.
Where Devin at, man? Where the
hold on.
at?
That's probably
Let's
who
fry
called
this
it.
man.
He think this funny, man. Hold on.
Let's fry this man. Is
I
that
got
a
it,
landline?
I got an explanation here. I've been getting
you got that cord phone. You got that phone you gotta pick up and you can only go so far. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think the coast is clear. We still trying to figure out what to So that's all I got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's act like that never happened. Let's wait a minute. Where is it at? Let's do a Men in Black on that. You didn't hear anything. But with Tony Khan in this current storyline, my whole thing with it is why do I feel like it only would have kicked off if CM Punk never was on that show with Ariel Helwani and talked about what happened at Wembley? Because it's just like you never heard any. Granted, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, whatever he is, he was in New Japan. Yeah, like granted that was starting, but the whole thing of airing the footage of what happened and using that as the Young Bucks' reason why they lost against FCR, which makes no sense. And Jack Perry, him and Tony Khan not talking for months after that incident. I get it. Like everything makes sense. It's just the way it kicked off. It's like, did it kick off because of what CM Punk said, or was this always your original plan? And like, when were you going to implement it? And with the way the Young Bucks are treating their position as EVPs, I don't know whether legitimately or just on TV. If you notice how Kenny Omega's kind of like the opposite right now currently. Granted, he's not saying these comments on television, on AEW television, but kind of how he's having like a different philosophy or a different perspective than what perspective. What? At least I try to expand my vocabulary, man. That's like making fun of me for trying to squat just a few more pounds, man. I'm trying. All right.
No, I don't even think you said it wrong. I just heard philosophy. I was like philosophy.
I was trying to say philosophy. Yeah, philosophy. F-E-E. But the way how he's kind of on a different spectrum right now, where he's like, if we gotta fight, we gotta fight, or that's just how it is, and they're all, well, when that happened, we were so distracted that we couldn't even focus, even though we weren't even near it. It's just that's where I feel, and he's returning next week on Dynamite. I feel a part of me wants to believe that he really means that stuff, but a part of me also feel maybe he's really just working it where we're seeing him on TV doing these dastardly things, you know, power driving Tony Khan, and he comes in like, man, what the heck are y'all doing? You know, I gotta go away for my health for a while. I come back, y'all tweaking, beating up on TK. Like, what's going on? That's a part of what I can kind of see from it, and where a lot of this kind of does make sense. It's just how it kicked off.
Yeah. And somebody, hold on. Oh, what's good? We have our man's here. Yumon, and I look. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm gonna completely mess up your name. So if you do have a nickname, please drop that down because I'm gonna absolutely butcher that, and I don't want to do that to you. He says the fact that Okada is Jack Perry's muscle is a crime against wrestling. Yes. Well, he said Velociraptor.
Philosophy. Look at that. I was trying. We was in that philosophy ballpark.
He's all that philosophy. He just put his philosophy. I'm like, what? Philosophy who? But yeah, I mean, somebody even retweeted this. It said Tony Khan says AEW is under constant attack. And then it has 4 pictures. Tony Khan calls Triple H a bald asshole. Tony Khan takes shot at Vince McMahon after AEW loses the rating war. Tony Khan says AEW ended a too long rating streak for John Cena and The Undertaker. And then obviously the message that we just saw right here. Now, like we said, bro, like it's not really, Tony Khan really doesn't have to take it that far. Honestly, I don't have a problem with anything else he does outside of that. It's just a matter of, I agree with what Justin said. I agree 100% with what Justin said. He says Tony just needs to get WWE out of his head and focus on his own product. He needs to quit comparing because all he's doing is leading the tribalistic mentality that's running rampant into the IWC. Damn, Justin, run for president or something. But it's like one of those things where it's like Triple H will go out there and Tony Storm, Tony, brethren. Just know that I would never call you out there to the ring and celebrates. And then Cody Rhodes goes out there, Triple H theme music hit, Triple H crib walking going out there. Like, you know, it's just like one of those things where it's like, bro, man, it's all about the game.
How you play?
And I can play it. He has a sledgehammer. He just like it's what I want to see Triple H in one of those AI videos. He's like dancing on stage.
He was already doing the Jey Uso thing.
Yeah, I'll never forget him dancing with New Day. I was in college. He was dancing with New Day in my dorm. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? I never would have expected something like this. But, like, that's the thing about that. Triple H, they'll have their sneak disses. It's fine. You know, they'll have their sneak disses. And we'll laugh. You know, some of it would think it's funny. Some of it was like, okay, that's a little unnecessary, but sure. But Triple H will just be like, hey, man, if you don't want the grind, I don't want you. You know, if you can't accept the grind, I don't want you. Hey, if you want to go in there and make more money, do whatever, that's fine. You know, they'll sneak this. Tony Khan is just like, I hate you. I need you to die. I want you guys. I hate you. What did he say in that tweet? I'll hate these guys with all of my heart or something like, or I'll hate these guys forever. Like, just if you are a diehard AEW fan or if you love Tony Khan that much, you might just WWE. Like, yeah, like, you know, you're hyped up, you're gassed. Like, I agree 100% with what Justin said. Like, he also goes on to say, if Tony thinks AEW is under attack, then maybe he should stop being the one to make everyone a target in the first place. Bars. That's you know what? We're ending it right there. And Devin, any final thoughts? In the Tony Khan right there.
I couldn't have put it plainly myself. I just couldn't. I couldn't. You know, if I was to aim for that shot, I might miss because it was somebody already knocked the target down. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are like, oh, we're constantly under attack. But the thing is, do you see WWE ever going like, man, why they keep bringing our name up on their programming, making us sound so evil, making us sound so terrible, you know? Why they can't just focus on their own stuff? They don't say anything. They may make a sneak diss to you, but they don't acknowledge you in terms of like the way you do. Like they're just hovering over you. You're like, well, you know, I would do this, but that evil juggernaut WWE. It's just like Justin said, you can't sit up here and say, man, why y'all keep shooting at me? But you making yourself a target. You got a shirt on that say "shoot me," and you wondering why they taking that action.
And it's CM Punk fault.
Hey, look, we won't even get started with that.
Ewan says, "Where do y'all think this Jack Perry storyline is going? I don't trust them to keep this interesting. I don't trust them to keep this interesting at all. I'm not interested at all. And if we're being honest, like I'm not interested at all. Honestly, I did like the ladder match. I liked it. I'm not saying it was the greatest match to ever. No, I liked the match. And I liked when Jack Perry came through. I thought that was done perfectly. But Jack Perry coming back, hey Tony Khan, this was bad. We had a bad outing, but hey, can I get my job back? I don't even think Tony Khan even answered him. Like, can I get my job back? They shook hands, hugged, and then he hit him with the mic, and Tony Khan felt like a Family Guy character. Like, bro got hit in the stomach and just folded.
He did that Ric Flair when he fell off that ladder and reacted so late.
Yeah.
Like, he hit the ground and was like, oh, shoot, my head. Like, it's like, wait a minute.
Like, it's one of those, yeah, so I don't necessarily think Jack Perry is going to get... He's going to get hot with the AEW audience. He's going to get hot with the AEW crowd. But AEW just stopped doing things that draws other people's attention out in the outer world. Because when Cody Rhodes was there, when Kenny Omega was there, okay, we're bringing in Shaq. Mike Tyson is showing up. Kevin Gates is punching people in the face. Like we're having a whole lot of engagement.
We're making history.
Showing up.
It's the young legend.
You one big motherfucker, ain't you? You got Keith Lee just... Hey man, but like this,
y'all gotta cut this bad bite,
man. And that's just one of the things where I honestly don't believe that this storyline is going to get any better. I don't think it's going to help anybody. I think they're just doing it to have fun. I think that's what the Young Bucks do in general. They do all this to have fun, and this only benefits them. They laugh at it, so they put it on TV. And since we're talking about that, let's just slide over to Chris Jericho. Devin,
sorry.
My bad. He says, Devin, do you like the Chicago Bulls center Nikola philosophy?
You know what? You funny. You funny. See, man, y'all gonna make me scared to say philosophy ever again.
That's funny.
I gotta write it on the board 5 times. Philosophy, just to get it right. That's funny.
H in there. This man just forgot the H.
But also right before we get to Chris Jericho, great point that you had though, because I didn't really realize until you just said it. Like they were more in terms of trying to appease to mainstream audiences by bringing in, people that you would know them from that lane of entertainment. Now you seeing them here, maybe on a YouTube clip, maybe on Twitter. That stuff is very important and key for reaching out where you're still in your product, but you're trying to reach out to others. Where now, like this whole Jack Perry thing, only people that's gonna really understand like the in depths of it is the people that follow it. There's no. If I tried to, that's the thing. If we were watching it, I gotta try to explain to somebody. Yeah, back in the last year at All In, CM Punk got into it with Jack Perry. I gotta explain the whole glass situation or the whole who told him he could use. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of back dirt sheet stuff that they're trying to put on there in a way where it's like, how are you sure everybody knows about this? You're only gonna appease really just the people in your circle, not people that's outside of it, because they're not gonna know what was going on behind the scenes that way. Not everybody's like us that know every piece that's going on.
Yeah. And it's only gonna get worse, especially like I said, when you're just trying to appease yourself. But these guys are getting over. Willow Nightingale is getting over, but she had to grind for it. Swerve Strickland is getting over. He had to grind for it. Hell, a lot of people really like Julia Hart, but she had to grind for it. She was a cheerleader, when she started off. So, so I do like the OGs coming through. And, we can't really necessarily call Swerve an OG. He came from WWE. But, it's stuff like that, you get guys over. The Young Bucks, okay, let's fight FTR, but now we have to win because this is our new gimmick and this is what we're going to do to push us forward. And it's like, why? Cody Rhodes didn't want to do none of that, when he was there. Cody Rhodes, I don't want to be a champion, an AEW world champion. I don't want to be a distraction. But Kenny Omega, him saying, hey, I didn't really feel like an EVP. Now seeing him hold the title at that time, he was the biggest star there. So, of course. So it's like, it's so different. Like, I agree 100% with what Brandy and Cody were saying. When they started, And by the time they started, and then by the time they left, they saw that AEW was moving to another direction that they really didn't like, and it just looked like there's a bunch of people having fun. One of those guys being Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, and I could already see it, bro. I could already see it before they, well, as they're making up the match. I can see him talking to Hook. All right, I'm gonna hit you with 2 Judas effects, but here's the thing: you're gonna kick out of both of them. Ain't nobody's done that. So I know you're gonna lose your belt, but I know you're gonna lose your belt. It's okay. Just hear me out. I'm gonna grab my bat. All you gotta do is flip me off. I'm gonna hit you with it, and then you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose clean because it's an FTW champ. It's an FTW match, so no rules. He's like, I'm gonna win straight up, and I promise you, the fans are gonna eat it up. They're gonna love it. They're gonna be a big star, and he's just trying to finesse this kid into getting a belt and a win over this dude. Like in all honesty, I think Chris Jericho's sleazy. I think he's grimy. And one word for Chris Jericho, in the words of Justin, be gone. Please retire, bro. A chant that I haven't heard since what, the Big Show? Since the Big Show was wrestling?
Dang.
Like, how crazy is that? What your thoughts on just Chris Jericho himself?
My thoughts on Chris Jericho. I feel the same way as the boss has put that Chris Jericho should be gone because what does he really bring? Look, every time a younger talent gets intertwined with Chris Jericho in any type of rivalry storyline or multiple matches, I mean, it's not like they come out of it where we're like, man, Ricky Stark's really about to be the next big thing, man. Or who was that? Action Andretti. He was hot, for that hot second, and the Chris Jericho voice.
Sammy Guevara.
Sammy
But
Guevara.
Sammy Guevara, he do that to himself though. He definitely
Yeah,
that to himself. There's 2 reasons. Number 1, he keep coming back, and number 2, he keep getting himself in trouble. So it's his own fault. Maybe this
True.
is his punishment. You got to stay with Chris Jericho.
Well, we got to get punished for it, though. It's like...
Why we got to get punished?
I mean, they could just hang out backstage. We ain't got to say it on TV. But, no, him winning the FTW championship, why?
Tell
I felt
me
the same
why.
way. Exactly. Ain't nothing but a waste of time. But when he won the Ring of Honor championship, why? I mean, it's nice that he won a pad his stats and things like that. But why he got to do it where there's other younger talent that could be taking those moments or taking those positions to become maybe what he was? Because I'm not gonna say he the top, boo-boo right now. I'm just not gonna say it.
Right now, that's
I'm a very 2008 WWE language right now. You can be Attitude Era or AEW at the dark if you want to,
or Raw 2025. Raw in 2025. That's where it's headed.
You got a point. Especially
Look, Human says, bro, they need to learn to tell stories because they are stunning the growth of their young stars. Dom Mysterio is out here telling better stories than AEW main eventers. That's facts. That's facts.
Right.
Now, Swerve Strickland, honestly, I like what he does. It's just some things, and I'm just like, bro, some things are just not that deep. Like him going to Hangman Page's house and not Hangman. Like I don't want to see him and Hangman Page touch for a decent while. Like I feel like I'm worn out between him and Hangman Page, but it's crazy how AEW fans, and I feel like a lot of people, we do that with Cody Rhodes as well. But like when Swerve Strickland won the title, it was like the first thing people said was, all right, him versus Will Ospreay. This has to happen now, and then Will Ospreay has to win. Like, whoa, my brother in Christ. Like, let's wait a minute. Like, let's give this a little bit of time. Well, Justin also says Jericho has overstayed his welcome, drags feuds on too long to the point where we lose interest in his opponents, and AEW is at a point where they don't need him anymore. Yes, they don't need him anymore. He
served his purpose when they first started.
I feel like that Kylie Ray news was, I don't want to say the final straw, but it was one of those moments where it was just like, all right, bro, like, we've had enough. Like, get him out of here. Like, take some time away. Like, how can we miss, what was that saying? How do we miss you if you don't go away? Like, that's one of those things where it's just annoying. It's yeah, I know. I feel you. Yeah. Speak your truth. Like,
because when this happens in his, he don't even acknowledge it. He just Chris Jericho, needs to leave. And I'm like, all right, you know, okay.
That's
Yeah,
why they
that
don't care
was
about Chris Jericho.
that's the homie outside. He just doing his business. I guess he somebody will bring him in eventually. Not me. I don't want y'all to think I'm just letting him stay out there. You know,
Somebody gonna
things
bring
get
him out the edges. They gonna be me.
yeah. I'm like people, you know, like this guy will twist wrong way. People like this will twist perceptions and call me Dave Meltzer or Tony Khan, and I'm not any of those people.
I didn't call you Dave Meltzer. I called you Dev Meltzer. You WWE version. You Dev
That's even
Meltzer.
worse. Calling me
Yeah.
Uncle Dave. But yeah, Chris Jericho need to hit the rocks. Like I said, I feel like he's already done what he needed to do when they first started, where he was a name that people would know and kind of attach themselves to it to make them legitimate. But now, no, it's all about 5 years into this. We should be trying to build up new history with new people.
Yeah. And honestly, I just don't necessarily think that Tony Khan is really. I really don't think he's like 100% sold in really what he's. And I'm talking about Chris Jericho. I really don't think he's sold in what Chris Jericho's doing. But Chris Jericho, kind of being another one of the quote unquote, he's not necessarily an EVP, but damn it, he pretty much plays like one. You know, Tony Khan, I really don't think he's gonna tell Chris Jericho anything. You know, I don't think he's really gonna help out Chris Jericho in any way, shape, or form. He's not gonna tell Chris Jericho to relax himself. But these storylines are getting out of control, and I don't get it. And you got Big Bill coming through. You know, I can help you out, right? You know, I can. You know, I'm more deserving, and then Chris Jericho. You know, you're actually I'm actually one of the reasons why you're here. If I'm Big Bill, that deserves a boot to the face, blink, bro. Yes, but you didn't have to say that. Like, you know, like you didn't have to bring that up. You know, I'm one of the reasons why you're here. That's a true story. Dink. If I'm Big Bill, I'm hitting Buddy with. You ever seen it was like a video of these kids? They were running up and the little girl just Shawn Michaels super kicks this kid in the face. Like, that's me. I'm kicking Chris Jericho. I'm like, if I'm in AEW, oh man, I'm Chris Jericho. We're gonna work together. No, we're not. I'm not working with you. I'm not working with you at all. Like, the learning tree? Nah, bro. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. You're not teaching nobody. So he needs to go on somewhere. If anything, he needs to teach something to Mercedes Moné. Because Mercedes Moné needs a whole lot of help. Since we just segueing all over the place. Mercedes Moné. Devin, I wrote this man a long message. Because she reminded me of Klay Thompson. Because every time Klay Thompson gets his ass beat, every time Klay Thompson goes 0 for 10 from the field, they ask him, like, hey, how do you feel? You know, about... You know, you're falling off a little bit. You're struggling. How do you feel about going on the bench? I'm not going to come off the bench. I'm the starter. Y'all know what I do. I won a championship 4 times in this amount of years. I'm the GOAT. I'm the truth. But in actuality, you're ass. You know, in actuality, you're past your prime. You don't want to admit that you're not as good as you think you are. Or a lot of people aren't as accepted to you as you might think you are. Bring in Mercedes Moné. All she's doing is coming in here dancing. That they never hear like. All she do is just come in here, dance, show her little hands off, whips her little wig around. Like, bro, exactly. So it's like, and that's not drawing anybody's attention. Like, she's not doing anything, and if she's not medically cleared yet, then Tony Khan's an idiot. Like, if we're just being honest. Like, I felt the same way about, and I know we're talking about sports here. The Brooklyn Nets actually signed Kevin Durant. So like a 3-year deal, but he was injured and had to miss a year. You paid this man to stay at home. Like, that's stupid. That's idiotic to me. You bring in Mercedes Moné. All she's doing is coming in here dancing and getting beat up in the dark. You know, so it's just like, I don't understand what's her purpose right now. And she's literally basing this off of her image. Like, she's trying to get by just based off, well, I'm Mercedes Moné, CEO. Okay, well, what do you do? You know, like, who the hell are you? Why should I care about you? She doesn't show me that at all. So she bothers me even more. And she's man, I think she thinks she's a whole lot better. She thinks a lot of people. She thinks more people care about her than a lot of people actually do. I think she's full of herself. Devin, your thoughts? Am I tweaking?
Not at all, because I'm not feeling it. I ain't feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Because, like, when they first announced it, all right, cool, Mercedes Moné to AEW. But given that she's not clear, I would have found a way where I'm not really just exposing her to TV as much, knowing that there's nothing I can do to shake it up. Where I can't insert her into, a Dynamite match or a Collision. It's just like it's the same thing. She just comes out, either makes a promo at the stage or she's in backstage getting beat up in the dark. It's not really a lot to look forward to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm giving it to Double or Nothing and the Dynamite after that. And if nothing really is of substance by then, I don't really see how this was a really. I'll look at this. He probably should have just went back to WWE.
Yeah, that's a fact. She should have just went back to WWE. They would have humbled her a little bit. And I feel like even in WWE, she thought she was bigger than what she thought she was. I'm leaving. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. And like, shut up. Like, you always upset about something. Like, and honestly, a couple of those things were warranted. I was on Sasha Banks' side at a point in time when she was Sasha Banks. But then there were other times I'm just like, man, you always upset. You always mad at something. But yet, we gotta sprinkle this in here. I'm not trying to be the bad guy, but you were always hurt. Correct me if I'm wrong, Devin. Was she always hurt in WWE? 9 times out of 10, she did suffer a decent amount of injuries.
This is true.
And you mean to tell me you're gonna come in here, you always upset, you're always mad, but you don't want to perform to the level that you're supposed to? Now, yes, the tag team titles, I understand. You have to get rid of those. You have to leave because they were disrespecting you. Naomi went to TNA, said, "All right, WWE gonna call me eventually. Let me glow up real fast." No pun intended. So it's just like, you guys sought Mercedes Moné. Oh, I'm gonna go to New Japan. Now, if she would have just went to New Japan and showed up to WWE, that's fine. Or if she would have went to AEW with the plan instead of, you know what, I'm Mercedes Moné. They're gonna love me because I'm Mercedes Moné, and we doing this in Boston. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get I'm Mercedes Moné. Like, come on now, bro. You're a waste. You're a waste, and I don't even think this match gonna be good between her and Willow. And I'm a Willow fan.
Well, you know what? And I wanted to bring her in as well because going into this match, I ain't finna be pulling for Mercedes Moné to take that championship from her just right now. Because I mean,
and if she do, Tony Khan is spineless, bro. I'm putting that. I'm saying that out there, right now, bro. If he does,
well,
Tony Khan is spineless.
You know what? With that being said, they did have Saraya win in Wembley.
But that I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I mean,
she was there for at least.
I can't get it out. What did we get from that? I forgot who had it before because it was like a triple threat match.
Was it Tony?
No. I'm gonna blank out on
Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, I was gonna blank out on her first name. Yeah, she had it. She beat Tony. No, see they didn't did it.
I think Hikaru Shida beat Tony Storm.
And then it was a triple threat match, and with Saraya won. There was a 4-person?
I don't know, man.
I remember the 3 players of Tony Storm, Saraya, and yeah. Look, what I'm trying to say is, it's just like what did we really get from that Saraya title run besides just the hometown pop, which is nice, but at the same time, think about the future.
Yes, it was a fatal 4-way. Saraya, Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Tony Storm.
Look, I ain't even think about BMD, but yeah, my point being, they should have thought this out a lot better. Just how they were going to incorporate her with her not being able to physically compete right now. I would have thought of something else. Maybe I wouldn't say right or wrong because it's like, why would you debut her to make this big deal?
Pay her money and kill her. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, I mean, they already want to beat up people in the dark. Do that and say, man, we don't know what happened because the light was off and she ain't gonna be here for another 2 to 3 months. Boom. That's fine. Carlito just threw Dragon Lee against the wall and he couldn't wrestle. So they think too hard into this. Like they just put a chair on Bianca Belair's leg, stepped on it, and now she out for months. Easy. It ain't gotta be like blowing up their house and stabbing them through the heart. And somehow they live. They should have had a better plan.
I wouldn't have minded if Sami Zayn was out for a week or 2 because Chad Gable was just like, oh man, he's celebrating with his family. I just gotta do this. Like you should have seen the look on his face. He was like, oh, he's gonna make me do this. He just walked into him like a businessman. Like, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. And just suplexed him onto the floor. Yes. Be gone for a week. I'm sorry. Like, that's something that I would expect.
And sometimes also it's not always about what's physically done to you. It could be emotionally, mentally. Imagine you know, teaming up with this guy for like maybe 5 years, right? You thinking that we gonna be a team forever, but he turns on you. Wouldn't that hurt? You know, if you're a human with emotions, that could be a reason why, you know, I'm not saying he had to throw you off a building. That's why you can't be on TV for 6 months. It could just be you had to go think about this and reevaluate your life. I mean, it just it's other avenues of trying to find a way to take somebody off the screen, but in a way where it's just like we're not like where they at.
Hey man, shout out to Chad Gable. I would play it, but we'll get flagged. Hey man, Chad Gable absolutely cooked his former team. I don't think his team gonna be staying there for long. Uman says, I hope Jinder goes to TNA, not AEW. Trust me, him and Tony Khan, that ain't gonna get along. That ain't gonna work out. That ain't happening. And he also says, please come to the Lakers. Clay, you can't be worse than the starters we got. Honestly, Clay is definitely, he could definitely work wonders for this Los Angeles Lakers team. If not, I can see you guys snatching DeMar DeRozan from my favorite Bulls team. I can see DeMar DeRozan making his way to Los Angeles to go tickle LeBron.
At this point, I will take anything. Cause
LeBron a hoe, man. How he sneak this his team, but he do the exact same thing. Talking about D'Angelo Russell sitting on the sideline. Well, I'm not gonna be mad at somebody that's not ready to win a championship, like that doesn't have the pedigree to win a championship. But what I want to say, last year this man was sitting far away from his teammates, all upset and emotional because he's a baby. You know, it's just like one of the bro, man. You can't throw somebody under the bus, but you do the exact same thing when life ain't going your way. Damn, man. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go on the LeBron win. I know this is wrestling, but I ain't gonna finish that sentence.
I thought he said I wrestle LeBron. I don't care how tall he is. Shoot.
I wasn't gonna say that. That's an allegation. That's an allegation, and I find that disrespectful. And I want you to take that back.
You know what? I won't, because I've been allegated. I've been accused of being people that I'm not. So I mean, you said this man then painted me to be a horrible villain. You said I gotta do PR every day for no reason.
Well,
but I will take this out. I will take that back.
One person that really needs some PR help is Chad Gable. He has just completely obliterated his group. He called Maxine Dupree dumb. He called Maxine Dupree dumb. No Braun slander. Respect your king. Nah, bro. We gonna disrespect LeBron all day. I'll disrespect LeBron on the court. I won't disrespect him off the court. I love the man when he does have a basketball in his hands. Pause. But when he does have the basketball in his hand and he ain't hooping, I'm 100% a LeBron fan. As soon as he gets on the court, nah. As soon as he do all that, no, screw that. Get him out of here. I hate you. Be gone, demon. But Chad Gable just completely disrespects. And what he called Maxine Dupree dumb. He called Otis a disappointment of his biggest disappointments. You know, Akira Tozawa. I'm happy he flamed Akira Tozawa. I was ready to do it, but I mean, like, it's like your thoughts on Chad Gable and his. I can't necessarily say heel turn because the heel turn already happened, but he already told him, "Hey, you guys want to get good, right? You guys are on my team, right?" And Maxine Dupree even showed out at the Battle Royal. Like she was actually doing her thing, eliminated Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and then got her ass beat by Nia Jax. So it's just like, Devin, your thoughts on Chad Gable, his turn, and where do you see this going? Obviously, we know where it's going.
Look, with the heel turn of Chad Gable, I'm glad they're doing it because he needs that kind of breath of fresh air where, I mean, the wrestling's already down pat. It's just, you got to captivate people just on another level besides that, and which I think they're going to do. And I don't necessarily see him with them for long because, I mean, it's only so much you're going to get out of them, though. It's not like he going to change his attitude and turn them into Akira Tozawa and Otis into championship tag team contenders. I just don't see it. I don't see Maxine becoming in the near, few months a contender for the women's championship. I just don't see it. It's no offense. It's just in the time that I think that they need to strike this and put Chad Gable on the road to take that next step to maybe become the next IC champion or maybe United States champion. He gonna have to cut them away from him. Either that or pair up with somebody else. I've seen the Creed brothers as a great option of creating like a Team Gable, like Team Angle with Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. There's potential there, in my opinion. I'm not saying you got to necessarily make Chad Gable just the next Kurt Angle, just flat out print, copy. But at the same time, would it be so bad, Because I can see it every time that man put an ankle lock on somebody. I feel like I'm just going back to like 2003 or
his moonsault.
That too. I'm like, I can't help it. I mean, he wears a singlet. You can't help it. You really can't. So I mean, why not? Just lean into it. Bro, have him be in the ring. He's like Kurt Angle and TNA, just flipping all over the place and just. I won't say storyline wise because we don't need that.
Wasn't there a point in time where Kurt Angle was supposed to be his manager? Like Kurt Angle actually came out and said that? Wasn't that like a thing? Or Kurt Angle was supposed to manage somebody?
Well, this is news to me because either that or I.
Well,
no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm being honest. I could have just said, yeah, you're right. Well, see, look at it. Honesty gets me. But that's a good idea. Because I mean, we already see the similarities. Why not? He could say when I was, the wrestling suplex machine, I was this and that. And go from there. Just hopefully they don't have the same JBL and Baron Corbin type of outcome where you can't polish the turd.
Kurt Angle revealed that he'd be willing to return to WWE for Otis and Chad Gable. So Otis was involved with it as well, but I'm pretty sure there would have been a split in between. That's just me talking right there at that moment. But I would assume there would have been a split at some point in time that, at him, he's not going to be, a manager to Otis, for much longer. He'd probably be in Chad Gable's ear. Hey, bro, shave your head, get a black guy, and be like me. I got you. I got you. You gonna have this Team Angle, Team Gable. Trust me, ready, set, Gable. We got you.
He said, start drinking milk every day.
Start drinking milk. Lose your mind. Lose your sanity. You're gonna be fine.
Drop your straps and scream like me.
I'm telling you. He says, you might says Gable could be a top heel. Is heading towards Otis versus Gable, but I fear Otis will suffer by himself. Oh, definitely. And he says Kurt was supposed to manage Jason Jordan. Oh, that's a good one.
Because I mean, that's what I was thinking when they had the whole thing of Jason Jordan was his son, and yeah, that's where I see a lot more Kurt Angle and Chad Gable than I do Jason Jordan. That's just me. It's just he looked like he could just
Jason Jordan in a minute, and he was supposed to be his dad. That's some Vince McMahon stuff, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, if I was to break that terrible storyline, I would have swapped it a bit. Me personally, I could see it because of the way they just their style is so similar.
But Kurt Angle was a fan of the black woman. Like he did have didn't he have a girlfriend that was African American? Which is why I think they were trying to play on that. You failing me. You failing me today.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to defend it. I mean, I was just telling you how I would have took it.
You watched TNA? Wasn't the lady working at TNA?
Well, I don't know all them details. I told you. Look, I told you there was a period.
Goodness.
Wait! Before you scream at me, there was a period of AEW TNA that I was really into while I was watching it weekly. Now I don't remember or recall any relations of Kurt Angle with a black woman when I was watching it intensively. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm saying. When I was watching it, he was fighting Samoa Joe, and life was decent at that point.
Tranisha Biggers.
See, that name does not ring a bell whatsoever for me.
Let me see her actual in-ring name. Raka Khan.
Raka. Is this supposed to be like a spinoff? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there.
Oh, Shaka Khan.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember none of this, man. You're not gonna make me feel bad for it either, because I feel like I was spared. I think I walked away right on time.
You do got a point there. Uman says, I think Jordan retired due to a neck injury. Definitely did. Yeah. He also he's an agent. Yeah, he's an agent backsstage now. He probably do Chad Gable matches. Think about it. Look, he says Kurt was a fan of other people's wives. He married Jeff Jarrett's wife. Yep, that is true. He took Jeff Jarrett's wife away. I thought it was vice versa.
Wait, yeah, I thought because Jeff Jarrett took Kurt Angle's wife.
Yeah,
what's
Jeff Jarrett took.
What's
Yeah,
her?
'cause
What's her? I can't think of her name right now.
they
Karen.
still married. Yeah, they're still married to this day, ain't it?
To this, I don't mean. I'm not saying to say it like that. Like I'm excited. It was gonna come out way too excited to this day. And I'm like,
Yes, finally. Yeah, Karen Angle, then formerly known as Karen Angle, she's now Karen Jarrett.
double J, double A-R-E-T or something like that.
That's crazy. And then they had to fight right afterwards. Kurt Angle spit on this man, kicked this man in the nuts. Like it's like just completely bullied this man. Like how come we didn't see that? How come we didn't see that from Matt Hardy and Edge, man? We had to see Matt Hardy get his ass beat.
No, I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole again.
But you were okay. But you were okay with it. But it's okay. But it's okay because
I told you I didn't think morally it was okay, but for the sake of business, I thought it made sense. Because think about it: were you gonna have Matt Hardy go and win the Money in the Bank? Were you gonna have Matt Hardy go and cash in on John Cena? Were you gonna have Matt Hardy just go the route that they were taking Edge at that moment?
yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it's just like, granted, he could have just probably beaten Edge and moved on, and Edge could have still went on for bigger and better things. But at that moment, they felt like, well, let's have him do this dirtbag move of taking his girl and beating him. Makes people hate him even more, make people sympathetic for Matt. Now, granted, they probably should have capitalized a bit more on the sympathetic side for Matt Hardy. Potentially, I don't know how they would have done that, but I would have at least tried to look into it, not just go, oh, well, you got beat, now move on with your life. And he got your girl, and we, gonna put him in your face every day. That's how I see it. Just, I would say Edge for the sake of where I was gonna take him next.
Can you read this next text here? I want you specifically to read this here. It's coming from you, man.
Doing that up. We need more BBWs in WWE.
He was fighting it. We need more. We need more. He was like, is it getting hot in here? He was like, it's like your computer just shut down.
Well, because I knew I knew I was gonna get all tongue tied trying to go. You know what happened earlier with philosophy. So I had to tread carefully.
Yeah, I mean,
but what you think? What you think about that?
I think the talent is through the roof. Honestly, Nia Jax is absolutely killing it. You do have, but honestly, yeah. Other than Nia Jax, Piper Niven, you seen her get into it with Bully Ray on Twitter. Them going back and forth. And then Twitter's been pulling out some random wrestling rivalries.
It's great.
Out of nowhere. And Bully Ray apparently he lucky working for WWE now. I don't know if I don't know if what's that role that he has there, but it looks like he's working over there now. Honestly, the women wrestling has been so good right now, and it's coming in all shapes and sizes. They do, it's for representation's sake, it does help. It definitely does help, but I think Piper Niven, I think Nia Jax, I think both of them are killing it. I think both are doing amazing jobs, but, I feel like we've gone past the time of, Awesome Kong. See, we get 1 hour in. We're about 15 minutes before we head out. And then I see this. Izzy, how do you feel about Rhea? I'd like to remind you, Liv Morgan injured her. Look. Rhea injured herself.
Wait a minute. All right, okay. No.
Rhea injured herself. That's what we finna do. That's what we finna do right here.
Because if that's what we gonna do, why would she do that? What would be the psychological reason? If I'm on this run, I'm a monster right now. I'm just gonna injure myself and just destroy all that for me, and I gotta lay my championship in the ring. I'm coming back when I'm all angry because I did it to myself.
I have a question.
That's how delusional you are that you don't even want to give Liv Morgan credit for an accident.
Delusional. Okay, then let's be delusional then. Okay, so tell me this, Jack. So you mean to tell me that Liv Morgan injures the champion? The champion has to vacate her title. oh, this is my revenge tour, and you can't even win the Battle Royal. You still get pretty much skirted off by the man, Becky Lynch. Like, come on now, where's this revenge tour at? Where's the hype that we're talking about? We're just literally building this up so Liv Morgan can get her ass beat by Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam if she is able to make it to SummerSlam.
Dang.
But at least her and Dom are able to wear matching slings. At least they're able to wear matching slings together. But yeah, it's just one of those things where, honestly, I don't give a damn about Liv Morgan. I would have if she would have won the Battle Royal, but seeing her take second place again says a lot. Says a lot. Oh, here we goes, man.
Wait, hold on, screw you, because wait, you not finna sit up here and shoot on me and not let me get a rebuttal? Hold on, Jack, because first of all, you don't even know Jack. Me and Jack go way back. Me and Jack go back so far. I can't even reach that far. But look, man, all I'm gonna say is it was an accident. Things happen, all right? So at least just that. You make it seem like, well, man, I can't even sit up here because it happened, didn't it? You make it seem like John Cena, invisible, pushed Rhea Ripley into the wall, and man, I don't know how she hurt her elbow or shoulder.
You know, fine, okay, I'll give her credit.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. She injured Rhea Ripley. Cool. It helped Becky Lynch out a whole lot. So
now,
we appreciate that. How did this help Liv Morgan in any way, shape, or form? Where is this revenge tour?
With this Battle Royal, Becky Lynch winning. Maybe they wanted to take the safe route. All right.
Oh, this is a safe route. I thought Liv Morgan was I thought she was the girl. I thought she was the woman. This is a perfect time to put the belt on Liv, Devin. The perfect time to put the belt on Liv. You may have heard of iOS, Izzy on Sports Today. I like to present our very own segment, Izzy on Bullshit. See, that's why this is false. You guys are blinded. You guys are blind. You guys got your Liv Morgan glasses on. I need you guys to take these off. Take the Liv Morgan glasses off.
I can barely see, but it's gonna do just due diligence, man.
This Liv Morgan did all this on her revenge tour. Then all this benefited Becky Lynch. Tell me what Liv Morgan did here. What is she going to do?
Well, I mean, but think about it. You talking about Becky Lynch? I can trash her if I want to too. Why I take you a Battle Royal? You couldn't beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, huh? Liv Morgan, last time she was in the ring, she was able to beat her a few times. Now, granted, I ain't gonna lie, she lost to her too. All I'm trying to say is, look, man, they are in a weird. I don't think none of this really was planned. It wasn't planned for Rhea Ripley to be hurt, and I don't know. I'm on the ride though. Let me take these off because I actually really can't see.
See,
no, we're not all blessed with 20/20 vision like some haters.
See, here we go. Here we got Isaiah coming in. Liv beats Becky at Money in the Bank. Rhea returns, and that's your Survivor Series feud. Not gonna lie, don't hate that. He says Devin's spitting facts right now. I had to put that in there. I think he slid me a couple dollars to actually put that on there, so give you some credit there. Just had to throw it out there. Then you have Yuman. What's your beef with Liv Morgan? There is no beef with Liv Morgan. There is no beef.
See,
there's
look,
realism.
think about it.
There's realism.
The way he tried to play me as I hate AEW with a passion, that's him with Liv Morgan, wherever you are. Because I don't get it. Look, man, my only thing with Liv Morgan, I feel the way that people reacted to her, that there's something there. You know, I mean, it's based on reactions. It's not like she come out there. They was telling John Cena he couldn't wrestle while he was WWE champion, man. Do they ever do that to Liv Morgan? What? Oh, was not, because I'm like, hey, how can he not be a wrestler? How can he not wrestle if he the WWE champion? That's all I was trying to say. You ain't never heard that from Liv Morgan. Ain't nobody ever sat up here and said you can't wrestle or boo. They ain't Maxine Dupree hurt. No offense to Maxine, I just had to use it. But look, I don't get it. I mean, it's just like he said, when David and Goliath fought each other, did you just, man, there's no way David should ever win this match, man. No.
There is.
I just don't get it. What you want Liv Morgan to do? Just quit? You want her to give up on this?
I want y'all to quit. Isaiah was a perfect man. This man, we agreed solely that this Liv Morgan nonsense had to stop when she won the title, when she won the Money in the Bank, when we thought you were the crazy one. And then out of some way, I don't know if it was a sunset flip that Liv Morgan did. I don't know if it was a drop kick that Isaiah just liked so much.
Getting better.
I don't know what she did that made Isaiah Cole become a fan. I don't know if she's because of, like she was a pothead. Isaiah Cole just has a huge fandom with people that love weed. I don't know. I'm just assuming because he goes, Izzy has a fetish with big meaty men slapping man meat. And it's the same with women. If Izzy wants to book WWE, Rey Mysterio will be a jobber. My only beef with Liv is that she's not a BBW. I don't mind. That's nuts. But honestly, I don't have a problem with Liv, and I don't have a problem with Rey. If I was running WWE, I wouldn't have Rey Mysterio taking on Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't have Rey Mysterio taking on Omos. I wouldn't have Rey Mysterio Rey Mysterio going back and forth with these big guys. You can beat Randy Orton. You can beat all these other names that I can throw out there that Rey Mysterio can fight. But at the end of the day, if Rey Mysterio has to look up and break his neck to see somebody, I'm not gonna book that match. And if I do, it's because I'm trying to punish the man. The same with Liv Morgan. I've always been a fan. I just didn't like her title reign and how it was presented. I don't have a problem with Liv Morgan. Go down there to NXT and dominate NXT. But in WWE, I just don't think you're there yet. I'm not calling her Maxine Dupree. You can give me a list of women. I think Liv Morgan is on the cusp. Okay, there it goes. Perfect. Yuman, is Liv Morgan a mid-carder to you? Is he? Yes, that is her ceiling to me. Mid-carder. She's not a main eventer. I don't think she's there yet. Thank you. I think that's a better way. He says, as it says, bro, why you 5'6"? He got to look up to everyone. But that's the thing. If he has to break his neck, if he has to pretty much take a couple steps back, dang, this great Khali dude kind of oh my Jesus Christ, no, I'm not gonna book that. So that's just my thought process. I'm not a hater. I'm just a realist. Liv Morgan's a mid-carder. No, I'm not. Okay, here we go. You're treating her like Zack Ryder in 2011. Devin, your thoughts?
You are. You're putting a ceiling on her. You don't see. You are exactly what the Daniel Bryans and them had to fight. You remember when Stephanie McMahon called him a what was it? A
B+ player.
B+ player. You calling her a B+? No, you even saying C. You ain't even giving her a B.
I'm giving her a solid B. Solid B. No B+, no B-, solid B.
Look, I don't understand it. I really don't. Because
What do you give her?
I wouldn't call her no B+ player because I'm not gonna
give her A.
Look,
no, you're gonna give her an A.
The point I'm trying to make here is you don't like underdog stories whatsoever. I don't understand why women can't have underdog stories. And the thing is, it's like what I don't get with the size. You're fine with Alexa Bliss or Are you a Roxanne Perez fan?
Yes, I am.
Why?
But is Liv Morgan an A+ player? Is Liv Morgan an A wrestler? Is she an A player?
She in that range between B and A. I won't just sit up here and just degrade her and say she a B+ player. See, the thing is,
how you gonna say she's in the realm of B+, but it's disrespectful to call her a B+ player?
I said range of B to A because it's not necessarily main event caliber just yet. Look, the thing is here, the reason why we are behind her is that we do see her getting better. She's not an Aaliyah that's been there for like 10 years and is in the same position. You can't sit up here and tell me that Liv Morgan today is the same Liv Morgan we had back in 2021 or 2020.
Facts. That's facts. I can agree with you.
Right, and that's what you would want to see. You want to see somebody find ways to improve themselves and get to that point. Some people take longer than others, but at least they're going to get there. Some people take 10 years and never get there. Some people, Tiffany Stratton, it only take them about 2 years. Everybody's different. All we're trying to say is, if she's getting better, give her a chance. You just want her to just go back and restart everything over.
Tiffany Stratton or Liv Morgan, Devin?
Then I just say, People have different time frames of how they become great. Tiffany Stratton is great, but it didn't take her long enough. She already kind of has the stature, the athletic ability. It is what it is. I can't sit up here and tell Liv Morgan, dang, why you ain't built like Tiffany Stratton? That ain't fair. That's like me telling Rey Mysterio, why you not built like Bobby Lashley, bro? Ricochet, why you not built like John Cena, bro? Huh?
That's not built. I'm not talking about built. I'm talking about wrestling. Do you Liv Morgan or Tiffany Stratton?
What you mean, rep? What is the question here in terms of wrestling?
Are you choosing Tiffany Stratton? Like, if you had to push somebody, if you had to put the belt on somebody, if you had faith in somebody to move them forward, Tiffany Stratton or Liv Morgan?
Tiffany Stratton I would give because of the fact that I feel that she has her identity figured out already.
Okay, so if we're still putting people, especially people that are coming from NXT, over Liv Morgan, and yet you're supposed to persuade me that she's supposed to go up against Rhea Ripley's, the Bianca Belairs, even though she hasn't touched with her yet. You know, the Bianca Belairs, the A+ players that we talk about now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to bring up. Like, you ever heard of somebody being overvalued? The NFL draft. They talk about all these quarterbacks, the J.J. McCarthy's, the Bo Nix. They got picked in the first round because these NFL teams are in desperate need of a QB. It's not because these guys are valued as a first-round pick. It's because they're in desperate need of a QB. Are you in desperate need of a champion, Devin, that you're willing to downgrade it to pretty much move it? Not downgrade, that's a little disrespectful. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit too much. But you're willing to look past all these A+ players and give it to a B player in Liv Morgan and expect me to be okay with that?
Look,
like that makes sense, right?
You had the same argument 2 years ago, and it didn't matter then because you said, "Man, Liv Morgan won the Money in the Bank. She won championship. It's too much talent on that roster for her to have it." But she had it. What you want me to do? I mean, how can I say this? How can I put this?
She not Aaliyah.
Look, man, we could say that the women do need a mid-card championship, because it is kind of tough. Where it's like either they're on your scale of who they are. Either you're a main event or you're just a space. You're just somebody that's just here. I do agree that it should be another for people that want to take that next step, but they can't convince people like Isaiah Jackson Jr. just yet, where they can start making a name for themselves, building up some credibility with a mid-card championship for the women. The Women's Intercontinental Championship or something like that. But we don't have that right now. But they're making the strides to it. Look at NXT. They're bringing in the Women's North American Championship. And that's the thing right there. I kind of wish Liv Morgan could have came up in the NXT of what's going on right now. I don't know what happened and when she was down there that it ain't clicking the way they got the system going now. I just don't know. And what I'm saying, I wasn't done. The thing I'm saying is you want all this stuff right now. I mean, we working with what we could work with. It'd be great when they have a mid-card women's championship because then we can put people of a Liv Morgan into a position where they can be building up their credibility, not going against titans such as Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair. You know, because I mean, the thing is, when she swings, she got to swing up. And you don't want her to swing up. Where's she going to swing?
See, but that's the thing.
That's like me going Chad Gable, man. I can't see him going up against Cody Rhodes right now for the WWE Championship. That's great because he can go for the.
But I can't. I don't expect him to win. If he wins, you'll see me screaming and crying about it. But yes, can I see him going up against Cody Rhodes? Yes, just like I see Carmelo.
And that's a chance you're giving them. You're not saying that they can beat them, but you're giving them the chance. You don't even want them to have a chance. Did you make it seem like the last time Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair was in a match, it was only 2 seconds? It actually was not.
It should have been.
But it wasn't, though. And you didn't never take the chance to watch it because when did it happen? It didn't happen on Monday Night Raw, I don't believe. It was a tribute to the Truth Show. And it was a pretty good match. Now, I do feel, you know what? I am Dave Meltzer of WWE. That's right. I'm going to be the Dave Meltzer for Liv Morgan because somebody got to do it. She going to be my Will Ospreay. You know?
She's going to be my Will Ospreay.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
This is the crazy part about this. And well, let me go through the text. And Isaiah actually, hold on, here we go. We have Uman. He says, wait, Izzy, what letter grade were you giving Cody before he left? Did he leave at Stardust? Did he get released at Stardust? So honestly, I was still a fan of Cody Rhodes. I was always a fan of Cody Rhodes. If somebody told me, "Hey, bro, you got to put the WWE Championship," no, okay, relax yourself. But he had a decent amount of IC title runs. He was still a B+ player, still B+. And Isaiah actually ranked his he did a women tier list on our through text, and I don't want to spoil it because I want to see if you and him are busy tomorrow. And we can actually do a podcast like a WWE Women's tier list, and I stole it from him because that's what his idea was. He says next pod do a female wrestler tier list, and since you already gave us yours, hold on to it, and because we really want to have you on if you are free tomorrow. And here we go, because Yuman also says Steph Curry before 2014 was a B+ player, and that one I'm gonna have to fight. I might have to fight that one, but yeah. I don't know. That one I'm struggling with. Isaiah, he said what to me talking about Chad Gable and Cody Rhodes fighting. He says that he couldn't even win the Intercontinental title. Come on now, don't do that. You can't do that.
It's facts.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. If we're looking at Carmelo Hayes, how come Carmelo Hayes got the chance to go one-on-one with Cody Rhodes? Did we quit? Well, obviously, if he would have won, we would have looked at it crazy. But I'm not saying he should win. I'm not saying Chad Gable should win. I'm just saying, yes, he should fight. And yes, they should have a good match. But, Devin, here, tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying this is IW. I'm saying this is the wrestling community. Liv Morgan's wrestling ability is overlooked because of how good she looks. Right or wrong? I feel like a lot of guys are kind of like Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, did she have some good matches? Yeah. Are we putting her over Charlotte Flair? Are we putting her over Bianca Belair? No. But we have that attraction to her because of her being attractive. Right or wrong?
Just give me a second here.
I don't feel like that's a reach. I don't feel like that's a reach.
Just give me a moment. Are we overlooking her wrestling talents because of how attractive she is? I mean, you want me to fault her for not being ugly? My God, I really would pay attention to your headlock if you weren't so doggone, pretty, man. Shoot, what you want me to say? Wouldn't that just be what kind of question is this, man? I mean, I'm not trying to.
It's like a legit question.
The thing is, you make it seem like she's just straight up boo boo in the ring, like just straight. Nobody wants to see it. She can't execute an Irish whip. She can't do a drop down. She can't do a leapfrog, a headlock, a wrist lock, a leg lock, a toe lock, anything. You make it seem like she just can't wrestle whatsoever, and the only reason why we putting any stock into her is because she is a nice looking woman.
Yo,
I don't see that.
I asked just a simple question of look at this. You might even agree with this. Roman was trash 10 years ago. Is he? Are we right here? Are we right? And I want Devin to answer this. This is a Devin question.
Well, given the way that they wanted to position him so fast without actually having a really good character, that's why it was received as trash. I would say, yeah. I was rooting for him because I could see that he could make it I saw the potential. It's just I wouldn't have done it that fast. I wouldn't have broke up the Shield and have him be the only one that's holding on to that identity of the Shield and try to put him forward like he, is this next big thing. Where Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, they carved out their own identities right after that. And I would say, yeah, I wouldn't say trash in terms of like it depends on how you want to look at it. You want to say trash in the ring or just in general? I would say just the way how he was shoved down people's throats at that moment, it just really wasn't ready for it. Yeah. But look, with the Liv Morgan thing, like I said, my thing is you make it seem like I'm forcing you to watch just a turd of a match every time a Liv Morgan match come on.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a huge question. And I won't. Here's where the crickets are gonna start coming in. Here's where the crickets are gonna start sliding in. First off, I gotta go through the text message. I gotta go through the text real fast. Isaiah says, but you think Liv should be squashed? He says, do not, and I repeat, do not talk about Mandy like that. And I got to. Also, he gives you some props. You want me to fault her for not being ugly is an all-time quote. He says Roman was pushed when everyone wanted Bryan and he didn't have a character. Liv has a character and fans want her. But why do the fans want her? By what I just pretty much said right there. Then he also says people said John Cena, The Miz, can't wrestle, and they're first ballot Hall of Famers. Wow, The Miz being a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's a good one. I do agree. I do agree. But I'm saying there are a lot of people that will believe that's a hot take. A lot of people don't really think The Miz is just like a bona fide. They kind of see him as like a movie star. They see him as him, jumping from reality TV. That doing that. And he says Liv winning. Yuman says Liv winning the title doesn't hurt the title. I'm not saying that. But I'm okay. Then here, you guys ask me a question. Answer me this. Name me a Liv Morgan banger. Name me a Liv Morgan banger. What match that she had was just an all-time great match? I can give you a bunch of Biancas. I can give you some Rheas. Hell, I can even give you some Shayna Baszlers. Like, do you give me a Liv Morgan match that just was a barn burner?
He said, "Sure, I'll give you multiple people that main evented WrestleMania or not that got bangers."
Oh my God!
It's not like Liv Morgan has done that yet. But I will say,
Cause she can't.
You didn't think her matches with Becky Lynch was pretty decent?
With Becky Lynch was pretty decent? No.
I mean, think about it. Wait a minute. Think about it, man. We haven't lately. Have we really seen her get a chance to be dominant just like singly?
Because are we supposed to? All
I'm saying is lately she was in the tag team scene with Raquel a year ago. What I'm saying is you want me to give you a catalog of something that I mean, and you comparing it to somebody who has a large. That's like me going, man, look at how many great albums does Michael Jackson have, or Drake versus.
But you guys want her to beat these people with a high catalog. Which is why I'm freaking out as to
how did those people get to their high catalog? They had to beat somebody. That's the thing. You don't want her to beat anybody. And if you don't beat anybody, guess what? You will be a nobody. That's the way this goes. You don't even want her to even have the chance to even try to do that.
Because everybody she beat was off of BS.
And if we looking at it, that's where we had the issue with SummerSlam. They shouldn't have done that finish. If they felt like they needed to protect Ronda that much, then you should have thought of something else. Maybe a triple threat match. Have Natalya, take the pin in that case. If that's how you feel about Ronda Rousey, that's why we have an issue. Because when we get to that, it's like they're so scared of Liv beating somebody that it's gonna just make the championship just a piece of crap and a waste of time. And I would prefer you just go straight up and put your back into it and just have her do it cleanly versus having her tap out while pinning the person at the same time. I can't judge her for crappy finishes.
See, and that's the thing. Ice cold. I said Tina Morella won the IC title from Umaga in his debut. Yes, I didn't say that was good. Like, and then Bobby Lashley interfered. That was an interference from Bobby Lashley, right?
But he still.
Or are you gonna? Yeah, I was like, are you gonna fail me for?
We're not saying he just grabbed Umaga and just body slammed him, and made Umaga tap out.
Right, and it was a stupid trope. Hey, anybody out here wants to come in the ring and fight Umaga? Hey, you ugly kid, come here. Stupid. Gender beat Randy out of nowhere. Yeah, that's because they wanted to build WWE. They wanted to build SmackDown as like everybody comes in here and gets an opportunity, which honestly is weak. And they had one of the worst matches in that time slot in that time period. Of course, they had that Punjabi prison match, and then the Great Khali came back. Like, come on, it was awful. It was awful. Yeah, you know what else was awful? Well, I can't really. You know what? Let me not finish that sentence. Because I can't say that everything Liv Morgan has done is awful. I've liked what she's done. I don't love. That's the problem. He says it was weak when they gave underdogs a chance to shine. Oh my! Liv Morgan had her chance to shine.
But the thing is, how do we ever build anybody if we're just in the same realm of the same heavy hitters?
Who did she?
How would Cody ever become what he is right now, champion? If you just when he shouldn't beat Roman though, he just shouldn't. No, you can't give Liv Morgan a couple wins. All right, fight Rhea Ripley. You can't give her a couple wins. All right, fight these big. No, it's not. It doesn't go like that. Go to NXT. There's somewhere else to go.
build a catalog. Where's the nowhere else to go? Go to NXT, build a catalog, beat Roxanne Perez, turn heel, win the time, turn it to Mandy Rose. Have that Mandy Rose type of storytelling. And then once you've already, as you like to say, built your catalog, that's when you go over there and start beating up the main eventers. What has she done? She's done absolutely nothing. Nothing.
So you just gonna disregard winning the Money in the Bank, being a 2-time. I mean, look. My only issue with you is that you just make it seem like Liv Morgan just come to work and just does nothing. You make it sound like she just stands there with her hands in her pockets and just. Why is she even thinking about wrestling, man? Why are you even here? You shouldn't even be looking at Rhea Ripley. Get your underdog self out of here. That's what I'm saying. Like. Think about it. It's a lot of great stories that can be created out of those moments of Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker. You knew Jeff Hardy wasn't going to win that match, but it enticed you because it was a ladder match where possibly he could. But he can't because it's the Undertaker. Undertaker was the WWE champion, but it enticed you to a minute of believing. That's the whole thing of this. Just want to believe just for a hot second. Then you won't even let that happen. I'm not saying she got to be undefeated against Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. Who else? Because it's crazy. Because a lot of them people had to beat somebody to become somebody. Did you want Bianca Belair to beat Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37?
Bianca Belair in NXT was already showing I'm the bestest, the fastest. She had the athleticism. She was picking up everybody. The only problem was she was green. She just had to clean it up a little bit. So when she got to the main roster, this is a scary individual. Has there been anybody that has came through? A lot of people were scared of Alexa Bliss at a point in time. You mean to tell me there's people that were scared of Liv Morgan? Which, you better watch out for Liv Morgan. The Riot Squad. You better beware. Beware.
Somebody should have told Rhea Ripley that, man.
And that's crazy. The fact that Rhea Ripley should have stop it. The fact
it's kind of crazy, man. Liv Morgan. Little old Liv Morgan, the reason why Rhea Ripley had to lay that championship in the ring.
Right.
Granted, it was an accident, but it happened.
But she can't win the title now. But yet Liv Morgan injures the champion and can't win the title that she's trying to yank from the champion. Come on now. Now she can't even beat Becky Lynch in a battle royal. And yet you expect her to go on and compete with Becky Lynch in an actual match now and compete against Rhea Ripley afterwards? Come on now.
It's kind of funny that it sounded like it was more than one person in that match. You make it seem like it was Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan just one-on-one, and she couldn't beat her. I mean, I could throw a whole lot of contentions and reasons why that had played out the way it played, but I won't because I'm going to just stay with the facts. She lost the match. What you want me to do? Maybe they feel Backlash is a bigger stage. Maybe they don't. I don't know. We only can work with what we got.
Stop working with what you got. Stop working with what you got. Make it better. Make it better.
Well, ain't that what we doing? Ain't that what we've been doing since I've been fighting for 2 years?
How is this better? How is this better? She had an awful title reign, which we expected, which we knew, which was we guessed it 3 months. We said it here, 3 months, 3 months or less. And I think it was like 200. I think it was less than. I think it was like 2.5 months. Like it wasn't. There wasn't nothing crazy like that. And yeah, and that's something I don't get either. Umon says fans were not happy that Becky Lynch won. Fans want Liv, and it's the attraction. It's the attraction. It's the attraction.
No, it's not that. It's because Becky Lynch this did nothing for her. I mean, that's
she's not.
It's not the fact. I'm not saying she is because at the end of the day, she's being booked. She's not. It's not working for me, brother. I'm gonna take this. I mean, it's just right. The fans wanted it. Look, it's a lot of times you go, man, why do people even care about this person? I sometimes wonder why do people care about Orange Cassidy sometimes, but it is what it is. He got a connection with people. Besides that, he has a connection with people. Sometimes you just can't really create. Sometimes connections are organic. They just happen. All right, maybe, I don't know. Look, man, all we trying to tell you is, you make it seem like, but see, I'm just saying you make it seem like I'm saying Liv Morgan about to be the greatest of all time. She's better than all these people. I'm just saying you make it seem like she just absolute crap. That's all I'm saying. And she's not.
I'm not. I'm putting her. I know where her ceiling is. Y'all trying to build a new freaking roof for this lady. No. At the end of the day, you gotta wait for. Yeah, that was cool, right? No, it's just like one of those. You gotta wait. You gotta wait, man. Give her time. I'm not ready for her to have a rocket strapped to her back. I want to wait this out. I feel like a lot of people are. That's okay. Maybe I should clean that up. I feel like a lot of people are rushing Liv Morgan's success. I do believe she will be successful. I feel like they're rushing. I feel like they're rushing right now. Isaiah says, and we got to. I said we're gonna get out of here 15 minutes ago. And we went an extra 30. So,
Liv Morgan does this.
Liv Morgan does this to people. So Isaiah Cole says, so Naomi shouldn't be a 2-time women champ. he says we gotta move out of the 4 horsewomen and Bianca and Rhea trading the title. He also goes on to say, because I said Liv Morgan, she only wins a couple of matches and then he goes out there and you expect her to go up against Rhea. He says that's literally how you build people. Give them a bunch of TV wins and challenges. They need credible people, and if they believe it'll work.
If the people believe it'll work.
Liv Morgan is the female Miz/Dolph. You can put her in the main event and nobody will bat an eye. She'll be great and have a lot of success. I'm gonna explode, bro. This is that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Isaiah, you're on bath salts. Bath salts. Stay off the weed. Duh. No, I'm sorry. Drunk. You're drunk. Liv Morgan in the main event. When Obama was a senior, he was a B+ player to Izzy. That was a good one. I'm sorry. Miz, Dolph Ziggler. Devin, your thoughts. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with what Isaiah Cole just said?
I do. Because
oh my God, you guys are drunk.
It's kind of crazy, man. You got one guy in here screaming, everybody else drunk, but everybody else looking at him being the one on the other side. Maybe you drunk. Maybe you're so drunk you can't even realize that you're drunk. You're just highly intoxicated. What is in your drink? What is in your cup? But that's to be the here or there. Let me. I was going to answer the question thoroughly. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Look, with Dolph Ziggler, did you feel before Money in the Bank, before cashing in on Alberto Del Rio, did you ever see him and go, man, that is a world heavyweight champion caliber type of guy? From throwing Shawn Michaels up in the air at the Spirit Squad. You know, I mean, did you, when he came out, he was Vicky Guerrero and all that good stuff and, you know, shaking his booty and stuff, did you think, you know, and that's the thing. I mean, he had a chance to build with the IC belt. Liv Morgan ain't got that chance really in terms of besides you go to NXT, which that's a viable thing as well. But it ain't happened yet. It could happen yesterday, but they it's the other plans in line. Okay. That's what I'm saying with Dolph and the Miz. Think about it. They made it to that stage of WWE champion or world heavyweight champion by doing what? Cashing in the Money in the Bank. That's a similarity I can draw to with Liv Morgan. How she got to the SmackDown Women's Championship, Women's Money in the Bank. And I mean, the thing is, before that, you would have said, Miz, you're a future WWE champion, or Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I'm just saying.
Maria Kanellis.
You can't even answer my question.
Maria Kanellis.
Maria Kanellis. What about it?
Hit me like a ton of bricks.
And you can't even know because the thing is, did Liv Morgan start off in the ring interviewing people and all this other stuff? She started off as a. Come on now, why? Why do you find new ways to disrespect this woman? Why? I feel like this is your. I feel like this is your passion. I feel like it wakes you up in the morning. You like, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow so I can hate on Liv Morgan in a new way. I'm gonna call her Maria Kanellis. Somebody that never won did she ever win the women's championship?
What?
Did you ever think she could probably beat a Michelle McCool or a Melina or a Beth Phoenix?
No.
Or a Layla?
You might have said when Jordan lost to the
Pistons, or E.
Torres go back to college. See, now we making this a meme. It
should be.
When LeBron lost in 2007 to the Spurs, he was a big player.
It should, because you want everybody to hit home runs right away. You want everybody not everybody gonna be a Brock Lesnar, okay? Not everybody gonna be I'm trying to think of anybody else that got hot shotted so fast. I'm drawing not everybody gonna have a Braun Breaker where they could just beat people. I'm telling you. Ice Cold, I've been wanting that for the longest because I just I would love to hear what she got to say about this because I really do. You know, I would love to see how somebody would feel. You busting your butt for all these years, and this person telling you, man, I know you've been sacrificing and trying to grind all these years. I still don't think you should be doing what you doing.
I'd keep the same energy. I'd keep the same, and I hope she stay in character. I hope she'd be like, because I tell her straight up. I'd have to tell her straight up. I'm sorry, you're not beating Rhea Ripley. This isn't happening. This should be 3 minutes or less. No commercial breaks.
That's just not right, though.
I should be able to watch this
because
in a one sitting. Yeah.
I just don't. I just can't get with that philosophy. I just can't. Because it just feels that's the ultimate gatekeeping, man. You are just a steroided gatekeeper. I don't know how else to.
It's realistic.
I mean, but just come on, man. Just let some of that go. Just dream for a little bit. I can't dream no more. I wish I could have dreams so I could believe, man. You have more dreams than me, and but I'm more, believing of stuff could happen. That's what wrestling is. That's the magic, man. It's just about believing for a minute. We know how that stuff is. We know it ain't, what it is, but we believe. I knew that
That's your problem.
Wasn't a real person, but I believe. That's my problem because I could get the magic of wrestling. That's my problem. That's my problem.
I could get the magic of wrestling. That's my problem. Yes,
that's what I'm just saying. I'm getting the meat of what wrestling is, professional wrestling is, and that's my problem.
That's your problem.
You sound a lot like the people you used to argue with. You telling me it sounds like it's my problem. That I
see this makes me AEW fans because I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan. That's crazy. You see how crazy this man is coming to the defense of this individual. Now, I bet she looked ugly.
It's just look, but she don't. So that's what it is. But the thing is, when you say statements like she shouldn't be beating Rhea Ripley, that should be 2 minutes. It's just like. Well, dang. I mean, if that's the case, why Omos ain't the champion right now? Then he a pretty big. What Rick Ross say? He a pretty big mother. Why he? What is he doing? Why he couldn't beat Seth Rollins? He big. Come on now.
We're not gonna do this.
Why Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar?
You realize we having this conversation because I'm saying Liv Morgan shouldn't beat Rhea Ripley. I'm not saying Liv Morgan can go on and she can't beat anybody else on the roster. I'm talking about Rhea Ripley and the top 5 women that we talk about. Other than that, Liv Morgan can go on a Goldberg run for all I care. At the end of the day, as long as it's not up against the 5 women that we brought up.
And the thing is, you will still hold that against her because you'll be like, yeah, so what? She beat
Indy Hartwell.
Or man, she on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it out. Chelsea Green. Or who else can I pull out real fast? Candice LeRae. I'm sorry, just currently right now.
That's what Maxine Dupree.
Right.
Maxine Dupree.
But see, the thing is, you want her to beat a bunch of people that really, if she beat them, I mean, how somebody gonna make a name for themselves? They shoot up high. Why you think Carmelo came on SmackDown and said, Cody, I want to fight you? Because he want to make a name for himself. Why you think John Cena came out to fight Kurt Angle? Because he want to make a name for himself. But John Cena didn't come out and say, man, I'm gonna go against Maven.
But how come Carmelo Hayes was able to do that? He was NXT champion. He had the catalog. Can somebody tell me what was Liv Morgan doing before she had that Money in the Bank briefcase, before she won the title, and we expected her to go on this unrealistic run? And now everybody's a fan. Now everybody wants her to get pushed to the moon. Like, no. Like, you gotta, no. I gotta go through these texts real fast because I'm getting torched. I'm getting absolutely flamed. I'm gonna just go. I'm just
telling him something.
And they're just all memes, but I'm just getting memed right here. Here it goes. You mind when Tyler Perry's first studio failed? Izzy told him to quit making movies. Ice Cold. Izzy told John Cena to give up after he lost to The Rock. You mind? Izzy told Rosa Parks to walk instead of taking him the bus.
I love this.
Ice Cold. Izzy told Harriet to stop coming back up. Izzy tells Brock to beat the Black champions. Izzy told a 3-year-old Michael Jackson he can't sing.
This man, I'm telling you, this man he's so real to the point that, like, if life was out of his lens, it'd be very depressing because it's just like nothing to hold on to, right? Just you can't make it. Just stop it. But John, And you got the nerve to be a fan of John Cena. This man always hold up a funky towel that say never give up. Apparently for you hold it up. Oh, just give up now. Just turn around.
No,
you like them people in the crowd when Spider-Man was trying to go against Macho Bear. Just go on home, kid.
No, here's the thing. I'll just have a little sign. Be realistic. There you go. Just be realistic. Is he so hella killer she could see it? That is so crazy. That is so crazy.
This man just Izzy Be Real Jackson, man. That's your new Be Real, man.
I didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve this today. Devin, are you busy tomorrow?
I mean, realistically speaking, we're being realistic here. I want to say that I will. Yeah. You know, if I'm too busy dreaming and hold on to hopes that, you know, it's a better day, you know.
Oh, man, we'll plan a time to do this. Because we gotta turn around and do something like this again. Because we'll come through with the tier list. We'll have Ice Cole on me. We'll have Ice Cole on the show to go on and give us his list as well. Because I'm really fascinated to see where he has Liv Morgan at. Oh, she broke my skill. I'll give her an A++. Because you know
see, there you go already.
Already, I already know.
How you set her up for failure? You already set her up. Nobody said anything, and you already know he gonna say she the greatest of all time.
Since Liv Morgan is cute, I'm gonna put her over Naya. I'm gonna put her over Maxine. I'm gonna put her over. That's you. That's you.
Well, yeah, she's going over Maxine.
She's going over Maxine. Oh yeah, she's going over Maxine. But see, man, that's just where we're at right now. So we will have Ice Cole on. I didn't even ask him. I just ate for having him on. Just
He probably has obligations. He probably got dreams and hopes he want to hold on.
Right, exactly. And he needs him crushed. So he needs to come over to the heel turn to talk about it. Because ain't no way you guys are just this hyped on Liv Morgan. It disgusts me. Devin. Oh, I forgot to even pull this music up for you real fast. So, oh, my goodness. Please don't do
Continue. I just think that this is very earned. And
this is very earned. I don't know about earned.
Yeah, it's very earned. Because, I mean, we trying to fight for dreams out here.
Man.
To believe.
I'm going to just throw you right here. Is there anything you want to say before we close this show?
Let me get right, Skip.
Oh, my bad. You know what? Let me get right, Skip.
This
man is the worst superhero of all time, man. Let me. I'm gonna save your life real fast. Just let me get ready. Hold on. Is there anything you want to say before we close this show out?
There we are. This is your boy Devin Lee Crimes Jr. Full here, holding on to all hopes and dreams and future endeavors and things of that nature. I think I'm a little crooked here, but that don't matter. My mask is crooked, but the picture's still worth the picture still, as they say. Now look, I cannot wait until we come back here to this great place that we call a platform for people to express their love for wrestling, where there's certain wrestlers that they admire, because that is a thing. Some people just like people, you know, unlike this dystopian world that Isaiah Jackson Jr. wants to create, where it's like, don't ever think that you could be something that you're not, right? Because according to him, I shouldn't even be wearing this mask because I'm not Deadpool. He's not even a real person. But you see me with the mask on. So all I got to say is, I understand you want to be real, but some of us want to go a bit further than that. So that's all I'm going to have to say for today. This has been pretty long-winded. And yeah, I'm going to hand it back over to the number one hater in the nation, the realist himself, Isaiah's Be Real Jackson Jr.
You discussed it, everybody. What Isaiah? What are you doing Monday? What are you doing Monday? Monday at around. Let's do it during Raw. Let's do it during Raw. We'll react while watching Raw. We usually do it. Devin, are you free on Monday?
Night 2 of the draft. Yeah, I'm watching the night 2 of the draft, man. I want to see. I don't know, because really the first night was kind of Mickey.
Izzy told the Egyptians there's no point in building the pyramids. See, we finna stop with the disrespect.
I need this to go.
I gotta
continue.
I gotta take a picture of this. I gotta take a picture of all these. I gotta thank you guys for tuning in. He says he don't know when he'll be home on Monday, so he'll let us know. But appreciate it. We will be live. We will try to live stream not live stream. We're not going to show you guys Raw, but we're going to watch Raw and we're going to react. So you can show up. We're going to put out our live reactions, and we're not going to do the tier list. We're going to wait on Isaiah, and we'll continue to schedule up a plan to figure this whole thing out. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.